Bebop, Rocksteady, bring out the dummies.
We're already here, boss.
So hello everyone. So today I'm going to review my 2012 Playmates Bebop and Rocksteady. And here they are. So they're about 6 inches tall, so let's get right through it. So they're pretty squat, muscle-bound characters. So let's start off with Bebop. Here's Bebop up close. He's got a lot of nice detailing. Nice nose ring, as you can see. Little close-up of Bebop's face. Nice nose ring, nice tusks. He's kind of pink, light pink. In the TV show, he had sleeves and he was dark brown, but here he's sleeveless. I guess this looks more like the 80s toy incarnation. So he's a lighter shade. He's got a little skull and these little bones on his necklace. These grenades, little padlock belt going on there, and his tennis shoes. So I've got mini Bebop, so I also got this big guy Bebop. So yeah, he's got his tennis shoes. So let's get to the articulation. You can sort of turn his head around like so. It goes up and down, but ever so slightly. His arms can go all around. You can spread it. It moves that far up, that far back. A little bit impeded by this shell lapel, but that's pretty cool. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. He's kind of beefy and muscular, so yeah, it kind of impedes the movement. You can also turn his wrist all around and it can go up and down. Mine's a little bit tight. It's got a ball and socket here. His leg can kick out this far. Can kick out that much forward, that much backward. Double jointed knees. Again, due to his musculature, you can't really get a full bend, but it's good enough. And you can turn around his ankle and goes, yeah, you can just turn it around. I don't think there's a joint there, just pivots around. So that's basically his articulation. As far as accessories goes, he comes with this drill gun. So nice little gun. It nuzzles a drill. It's got something that looks like a clip. That's our top view, rear view, little buttstock over here. This side and underneath got some little detailing like that, so it's pretty good. It's kind of made of a soft bendy plastic rubber, like it's kind of like rubber, bendy rubber. So there it is. You can paint in some detail if you wish, but it looks pretty good on its own. Once again, back to Bebop. Nice detailings. Got his glasses, his nose ring, little studs on his strap, these cool turtle lapels. There they are. He's wearing a red vest, jeans, and his signature tennis shoes. So that's Bebop. His other accessories, this stand that says Bebop over here, this little manhole cover, which has got 2 pegs, so you could, plug him in to help him stand. So I got this guy back in the day for sale, and he's a pretty cool figure. And I have his buddy Rocksteady over here, the Rhino. So if you're wondering what Rocksteady's accessories are, basically he has all his accessories on. The only thing he doesn't have is his machete. I have it over here because he can't hold it, or maybe you could make him hold the gun and the machete, but I kind of thought that's a little bit on the excess. But yeah, he could hold the machete pretty easily with his hands, like so. So let's take a quick look at his accessories. By the way, his skull cap is removable, so here it is up close. It's got 2 goggles. You can paint them if you like. So it's got this little skull cap going on over there. These little parts here are for his ears, so they can rest right here. It's pretty loose, so be careful with it. It tends to pop out easily. This is his machete, up close. It's got slight serrations over here, and there it is. I guess for hacking through foliage. He's got the military motif going on. So in the show, he's got a wooden sword, and he's a little bit pot-bellied. But here, Rocksteady looks stronger. I mean, it looks more buffed, as you can see. But there. That's his machete up close. This is his machine gun, which kind of looks like a heavy machine gun, like the one Roadblock carries in G.I. Joe, with a little stand here. But in the show, it's laser, so I'm not sure if this is a laser rifle or a machine gun. So it's up to you to imagine what it is, but it's got nice detailing. All these little grooves and panels. There it is. Top view of it, bottom view of it. That's hollow here, but that's fine, you don't see it. And the rear view. front view. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You can do additional painting if you like. And it fits right here in his hand. So he's got little trigger fingers in his hand. And you could kind of, he has enough joints to do some good poses, but he's a little bit muscular. So I guess you could make him hold it out like that. And his other hand can hold the machete. So he could have two weapons. So it's completely up to you how you want to pose him. But he could do this. He could also get his other hand to hold this. So now let's do a close-up of Rocksteady. And we'll get to his articulation. So before I do that, let me just put aside some of his weaponry. So Rocksteady's got a nice detailed head. He looks more menacing here than he does in the cartoon. So this is like based on the old Rocksteady figure from the 80s, except with more articulation. So he's wearing a sort of a sandy brown, light brown tank top. He's got some shells on his bandolier. They look like shotgun shells because they're red. But I don't know, maybe they're ammo for his gun. You can imagine that they store some sort of energy for his laser gun or something. He's got a nice looking grenade over here that looks like a pineapple. Right there, a green grenade. I mean, compared to those silver ones that a Bebop has. He's got dark gray pants. It's a little bit darker than his skin tone, as you can see, with some camouflage. Got little turtle lapels going on. I mean, little padding here. Turtle shells for padding. He's got a little bit of this piece over here, a bandana tied in his bicep. Some wristbands over here. You can see some detailing on his belt. That's him up close. Rear view. He's got his military boots over there. Yeah. As far as articulation goes, let's start with the bottom. He can kick it. He can kick sideways about this far. His legs go that far out, that far back, kind of impeded by his butt. He's got double jointed knees. Yeah, you can sort of get it to bend, though his musculature prevents that. You could turn around on the calves. They could spin on the calves. No ankle articulation, but that's fine. Those are heavy boots. Oh, and I almost forgot. Like with Bebop, Bebop's got some waist articulation going on. So does Rocksteady, right in the waist. You could sort of bend him a little bit and turn him all around. There, just like Bebop. And his arm can go up that far, can go all around. He's got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and he can turn his hands on the wrist and then go up and down. Mine's just a little bit tight, but yeah. Wrist can go all around, up and down. He's got two trigger fingers, so feel free to make him a lefty or right-handed when you hold his gun. So the gun fits in pretty well. The trigger finger goes right there, just like with Bebop. So pretty good. So you could make him kind of hold the gun with two hands like this. There, as you can see. It's like it's got a lot of recoil, so it has to hold it with two hands. Or you can make him one-handed, either way. So he looks pretty good with his little beady rhino eyes. So that's Bebop. Now, I like these figures overall. I remember Bebop and Rocksteady in the show, how in the beginning they were pretty menacing, but they gradually became jobbers. They became weaker and weaker as the show progressed. But yeah, they were pretty cool. They were like the dumb henchmen of Shredder. Size-wise, this is them compared to the Ninja Turtles. They're a little bit on the short side, if you ask me. I think the NECA version, they're sized better, a little bit taller. I would have liked them to be like this tall, just a little bit taller than the Turtles, and a little bit beefier, because Mikey looks more muscular than they do, or looks larger than they do. I think Bebop is sized pretty good. I think Rocksteady is just too small, since he's a rhino, but that's just me. They are a little bit on the smaller side, but other than that, they look good together. They look fine. It's kind of negligible. I read some, the sizes of the turtles vary, but I read somewhere in this, in this card that the turtles are around like 5'8". Although in the cartoon they look like they're like 5 feet, but the turtles are around 5'8". And Bebop and Rocksteady are actually shorter. They're like 5'2", 5'3", but they're much heavier. So I read that in one, kind of like someone shared it in Facebook, like a little info page. I'm not really sure if that's canon or anything, but I remember that. So you could imagine that perhaps Rocksteady and Bebop are shorter, but heavier. But in the cartoon show, I remember them being a little bit taller. Their size sort of varies as the show progressed. They seemed bigger than Shredder in the first few episodes, then they started becoming shorter and squatter later on. But yeah, overall though, I like these figures. They're pretty well detailed, and even though they're a little bit on the small side compared to their turtle adversaries, it's forgivable. They make up for it in the detail that they have. I really like the details that they have. So that's my Rocksteady and Bebop. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the review, and hope to see you next time.